Restored marriage testimony. I started letting God fight my battles. Alda, how did your restoration actually begin? My restoration journey began when I had unknowingly become a contentious woman. I would constantly criticize my earthly husband and tell him to leave if he wasn't happy. Well, one day he decided to leave. I cried and begged him to not leave me and our daughter, but that only made him angrier towards me. I ended up reading a book on how to save my marriage through the flesh, but as we know, that didn't help. Then I saw Erin's book appear on my feed. I read it so fast and realized how wrong I was. I stopped looking at my earthly husband's sins and really took a hard look at myself. How did God change your situation, Alda, as you sought Him wholeheartedly? I became to truly depend and love the Lord. My heavenly husband was truly the only one I wanted and needed. Every time I thought I couldn't go on any further, he would encourage me to keep pushing forward and to trust him. Every time I thought I wouldn't make it financially, he always provided and spoiled me with gifts. I never lacked anything. I was a Christian, but not one who actually had a relationship with him. The more I leaned on my heavenly husband, the more I realized I didn't need my marriage to be restored. What principles from God's Word or through our resources, Elder, did the Lord teach you during this trial? I think the biggest thing is truly understanding that God is in control of every situation. I always needed to remind myself of Exodus 14, verse 14. I started letting God fight my battles so I could remain calm and keep my eyes fixed on my heavenly husband. I found such an overwhelming amount of love for the Lord than ever before. Now than ever before. I was so far from being a godly woman, and since reading Aaron's books, I've begun to change and crave the Lord's words. I would love to be able to have a connection with other women who share similar beliefs. I've always attended church growing up, but never had a personal relationship with the Lord. It is since finding this ministry that I have truly found the Lord again. I now understand He loves me and I love Him. I'm learning something new every day and I love it. What were the most difficult times that God helped you through, Alda? The hardest part was when my earthly husband made the decision to get his own apartment, but I knew he was actually moving in with the other woman. Then he drove her car to pick up some of his items. But thankfully, my heavenly husband had prepared me to know something big was going to happen. So I was able to get through it calmly. Alda, what was the turning point of your restoration? The turning point was when I finally surrendered my marriage and earthly husband to God. I said, whatever you want to do with my life, go ahead. A few days after we celebrated my daughter's birthday, my earthly husband broke down and said he missed me and loved me still. We became intimate again. This went on for a month before he could make the decision to leave the other woman and move out of his apartment. Tell us how it happened, Alda. Did your husband just walk in the front door? Alda, did you suspect or could you tell you were close to being restored? I could feel it was close to him coming home because he kept getting more and more depressed from being away from his family. He also kept complaining more and more about the other woman. Yes, I could tell I was close to being restored because the closer I kept getting to the Lord, the more my earthly husband wanted to be with me. It truly happens when you let go of everything and let God work. Would you recommend any of our resources in particular that helped you, Elder? I would recommend all of RMI's resources. They all were helpful and led me to truly have a relationship with my Heavenly Husband. He is all I truly need in my life. No man can ever compete. But I am beyond thankful for what God has done in my life. Elder, do you have favorite Bible verses that you would like to pass on to women reading your testimony? Promises that He gave you, Elder. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14, verse 14. Would you be interested in helping encourage other women, Elder? Yes, I would love to encourage other women. Either way, Elder, what kind of encouragement would you like to leave women with in conclusion? I would say never give up as hard as it gets. Every moment is worth it. Enjoy every moment through the journey because this is the best time you will have with your Heavenly Husband. Words simply can't explain how thankful I am for God for taking my earthly husband away and restoring me back to Him, then restoring my earthly husband back to me. God cares about you and He cares about your marriage. Let Him work and stay calm. Truly rest in His peace